Chapter 195 Chaos and Counter Moves. This is bad, really bad. On the large screen, a video was playing. Milim was enraged, clearly having lost all sense of reason. If Milim goes on a rampage now, who could possibly stop her? In the past, Ramirez managed by some miracle to calm her down when she clashed with Guy, but it doesn't look like we can count on Ramirez this time. Oi, Ramirez, just asking. If I restrained Milim, could you snap her out of it? What, are you trying to get me killed? Just as I thought. I didn't expect much from her to begin with, and in her current tiny form, calming Milim is far beyond her ability. Well, I figured you'd say that. Still, I didn't think the enemy's strategy would involve provoking Milim. I muttered, deep in thought. Honestly, this caught me off guard. I had assumed that only the being calling himself Velda would wield the ultimate skill Justice King Michael, but I made a mistake, underestimating the idea that Velda could empower others with those kind of skills. If Velda had appeared on the front lines, our plan was to immediately teleport in and confront him with everything we had. We had held back our forces just enough to defend the base, ready to go all in if needed. It was a solid plan, but then that unfamiliar beauty appeared, protected by Castle Guard, an absolute defense granted by Justice King Michael. She had no offensive power, but Milim's attacks couldn't get through her barrier. Worse, the destructive force of Milim's strikes was redirected to cause even more collateral damage. The enemy was deliberately feeding Milim's rage, and it was working. Distributing ultimate skills like trump cards to subordinates. That's a move even Yuki never made. He always hoarded power for himself. This shows that Velda's mindset is fundamentally different and far more dangerous. This is bad. If we don't stop Milim, she might end up causing more destruction than the enemy. I agree. What do we do, Rimuru? Ramirez looked at me, clearly unsettled. Everything started falling apart right as the war began. What options do we even have? But the battlefield won't wait for us to decide. Before I could act, more problems arose. Even Diablo would struggle to go up against Milim alone. Realistically, I'd need to send at least 3 Guardian-class followers just to restrain her. And that's just her. There's also Vega, who's rampaging elsewhere, and that mysterious silver-haired woman. And on top of that, there are 4 more enemies on a Seraphim class level. Handling all of that would mean deploying a significant chunk of elite forces. Those 4 angels standing behind the silver-haired woman, they're clearly not your average mass-produced grunts. Looking at the situation, the destruction of Tempest seems inevitable. Thankfully, we had already anticipated something like this. We had moved all key facilities and guests into the labyrinth. The city itself was always meant to be expendable. We gave up on defending it to focus entirely on resistance. The buildings will be lost, yes, but we accepted that cost. The 300,000 former Empire soldiers formed the core of our defense force, deployed on the battlefield outside the city. They were divided into 3 combat divisions, coordinating to intercept enemy advances. A 4th combat unit made up of elite fighters summoned previously was on standby. That brought our defense total to 400,000. The Angel Army attacking us, they also number 400,000, so we're even in terms of head count. Meanwhile, another 100,000 former Empire soldiers were assigned peacekeeping duties in the Jura Forest. They were tasked with protecting villages from stray or rogue angels who broke off from the main force. Finally, Masayuki led a volunteer force of 30,000 adventurers to defend the western nations. It's an all-out war. Gabil, the Drug Lord, and Gerudo, the Barrier Lord, are leading on the front lines. And let's not forget Gobta. While not as powerful as the other Guardians, he's doing his best on the front lines too. The battle so far is a stalemate. The Angel Army may have the numbers, but they lack experienced commanders. Dino was appointed as their supreme commander, but due to our prior agreement, he's abstaining from fighting directly. His 2 fallen angel companions are engaged in duels with Gabil and Gerudo. Gerudo was overwhelmed in a previous clash, so this is a rematch for him. Both fights seem evenly matched for now. Neither side is going all out yet, so the outcome remains uncertain. Gabil is locked in an aerial duel and holding his ground well enough. While I considered sending reinforcements, we still don't know the full scale of the enemy's strength. It's best not to show our hand prematurely. If things take a turn, I'll intervene, but for now I'm holding back. With Tempest locked in a stalemate, I turned my attention elsewhere. That's when I learned who the traitor was. Dagrawal, despite hearing nothing from Ruminas, Dagrawal was mobilizing his army. He's advancing with 200,000 angels, estimated B rank, and 100,000 giants from his own chain of command, estimated B plus rank. Ruminas doesn't stand a chance with her current forces. Their aim is clear: eliminate Queen of Nightmare, Ruminas Valentine, one of the major demon lords. Ruverius, Ruminous territory is a critical stronghold for the Western nations. If it falls, the enemy will gain a foothold, and their momentum will be unstoppable. The Angels, being flight capable, can use massive transit gates to deploy forces rapidly. If if the Western nations are flanked by giants on the ground and angels in the sky, they won't last. Rumina's personal forces include 300 Holy Knights and 400 Bloody Knights, both A rank, 7 Greater Noble Commanders, a few elite Holy Knights led by Arno, 100,000 Holy Scripture Knights, B plus rank, made up of believers, lesser vampires, and Magin, 100,000 C plus rank knights from other Western nations. That's over 200,000 troops, but they're already struggling. Daggerwell's giants include A rank Magin class elites. With those reinforcements, his army significantly outclasses Ruminas. In terms of size and influence, Ruminas and Daggerwell once held equal sway among the demon lords. But now, with the angels backing Daggerwell, the balance has been shattered. If Ruminus falls, the Western nations will collapse in a matter of weeks. We can't let that happen. I'll have to send reinforcements. But Daggerwell is a wild card. He once went toe-to-toe with Vildora, so I can't afford to take him lightly. Even in a one-on-one duel with Ruminas, it's hard to say who'd win. She does possess an ultimate skill from the Sin series, so I doubt she'll fall easily, but still, I can't gamble on it. So yes, reinforcements are amassed, and there's more trouble. Leon's magic kingdom is under siege by 200,000 angels. His forces are vastly outnumbered, thanks to a fortified city defense system they're holding for now. But if that defense fails, the battle will quickly spiral out of control. Leon only has 10,000 magic knights, estimated A rank, a powerful but small elite force I observed during my visit. They're excellent, but the difference in numbers is too severe. The standard angel soldiers are estimated B rank, but those with willpower or reincarnated memories fight much stronger. Some were formerly part of Yuki's hybrid army. These aren't just mindless drones. They grow stronger the longer they exist, like demons do. And hidden among them are upper tier angels, whose full abilities haven't even been revealed yet. They're blending into the ranks, keeping their power hidden. Some stand out, but their numbers are too low for us to estimate their total impact yet. There are roughly 100,000 reincarnated individuals among the ex-hybrid forces. Definitely not a number to be taken lightly. We'll need to keep a close eye on them, and with just Leon's army, there's no way he holds the line against 200,000 angels alone. Then a massive energy reading popped up, right above Eldorado's airspace. With Soi's Tsukuyomi in play, we had it analyzed and confirmed via the Eye of the Moon. It was strikingly similar to the reading we detected from Vega, the same Vega currently clashing with Mili's troops. If I recall, she introduced herself as one of the four fiends of the Heaven Commanders, which means the one confronting Leon is likely another member, Kagali, formerly known as Kazariam. The power of an awakened demon lord, scratch that. We might be dealing with someone who's gone beyond even that benchmark. Sure, Leon's strong, but we have no idea how much Kagali has evolved. Getting cocky here would be suicidal. She seems to be holding back for now, still just observing. That's the only reason the balance hasn't tipped yet. But once she makes her move, the situation's bound to shift. I need to make mine before that happens. That about sums up the state of the other fronts. Things aren't looking great, and the battle's only just begun. Shell's sitting pretty after finishing all her calculations. But man, she sure knows how to give me migraines. Let's break it all down. First, our biggest threat remains Milin. Second, Carrion is clearly outmatched against a rampaging Vega. Reinforcements are amassed. Third, we've got Ruminas cornered by Daggerwell's betrayal. Last, Leon needs backup. That's the current status quo. Regarding Leon, unless he directly asks for support, I won't interfere. I do feel a bit sorry for the guy, but even if Eldorado falls, it won't have a direct impact on the war effort as a whole. It's a remote region and not a key strategic point. What will matter, however, is if Leon himself is defeated. If that happens, I'll launch a counterattack against Kagari without hesitation. The best case scenario would be working alongside Leon. Ideally, Guy would also move in, according to Shell's prediction. Even if I stay put, Guy, being Leon's ally, will act. His commander Misery isn't engaging the angel. army directly, which means Guy's troops can be redirected to support Leon. It's the most logical path forward, and it helps that Guy's army is comprised of thousands of greater demons, all roughly a rank in strength. They should be more than capable of bridging the numbers gap. So for now, I'll leave Leon's situation in Guy's hands. If things take a nosedive, we can always jump in. What shall be our move, Rimuru-sama? If we intend to stop Milim-sama, it will require a considerable deployment of forces. Binimaru raised the question. I ended thought acceleration and gave my answer. That's definitely important, but you've noticed it too, haven't you? Dagrawal's betrayal. Yes. Eh? Speechless. Exclamation mark, question mark. As expected, Benimaru and Diablo had already caught on. The rest of the room not so much. Tension instantly rippled through the command center. Can't blame them. One of our most powerful allies, a literal pillar among the demon lords, has just flipped sides. Of course, people are going to panic. As critical as stopping Milim is, we can't ignore this. Fortunately, Daggerwell hasn't made his move yet. We'll be sending reinforcements to Ruminas through the transit gate while notifying her of the betrayal. As for who we're sending, that's the key question. Whoever it is needs to be capable of handling large-scale combat. And then Sean stood up. Rimuru-sama, I have a request. Please allow me to go to the battlefield. She looked me straight in the eye. I couldn't help but think, does this stem for her role as a guardian to Daggerwell's sons? There should be no problem. But isn't there still a chance his sons could betray us too? The probability is low. However, it would be unwise to send only Sean. I recommend dispatching Adalman and Albert as well. That tracks. Adalman is well suited to mass scale engagements, and he's also built a rapport with Ruminas through their shared research. A friendly working relationship will help coordination. With Zijon still in the labyrinth, our base remains secure. All right, Sean, I'll approve it. You'll be bringing your unit, of course. Don't slack off. Haha, thank you very much. Sean gave a confident bow and left with a spring in her step. I'm not expecting her to go toe-to-toe with Daggerwell, not yet, but together with Ruminas and leveraging her immortal constitution, she'll be a strong asset. Ruminas' day and night inversion combined with Adalman's holy demonic inversion will be essential against an army filled with elemental variations. Adalman, you're going to leave the labyrinth in Albert's care and aid Sean and Ruminas. Understood. I was gifted this second life by you. Consider this my way of showing gratitude. I shall prove myself worthy of your expectations. Adalman left with Albert and Wenty. With his dead spirit summoning magic, he can instantly create mobile undead units, and Albert was adapted well to his divine tier gear. Wenty, on the other hand, was just thrilled at the prospect of cutting loose again outside the labyrinth. All right, that front is set. Next, we need to deal with Vega. Carrion's already engaged him, but it's a losing battle unless we provide reinforcements and fast. Now then, as for helping Carrion against Vega, I'm thinking of sending Gobta. What do you say, Ranga? Master, does that mean I can join him as well? Yeah, go for it. Gobta is a genius. Our synchro rate is now over 80%. With some real combat experience against a powerful foe, he's bound to master the rest. Gobta, a genius? That's generous, but hey, I'll take optimism where I can get it. Ranga, Ranga was wagging his tail enthusiastically, clearly hyped to tag along, even if he's exaggerating a bit just to get in on the action. I'll trust his judgment. All right, Gobta can teleport to Karyan's position. Ranga, go with him and crush Vega. Understood. With a flash, Ranga vanished into the shadows. As for Gobta, well, he wasn't too thrilled. Something about that terrifying freaking monster. And why me? But Gobta will rise to the occasion. He always does. That brings us to the final and most delicate issue. Milim, I'll go deal with her myself. Silence. Everyone froze. I get it. Having the leader go out onto the battlefield, in most cases, that's a terrible idea. But fighting Milim isn't like anything else. We can't just throw troops at her. The situation needs nuance and subtle control. Schultz's analysis showed a high risk of losing a guardian class subordinate if we go the brute force route. We're not trying to kill Milim. We just want to stop her, but that alone carries enormous risk. That's why it has to be me. Kufufufu. In that case, I shall accompany Rimuru-sama. We'll need someone to sweep away those irritating angels while we face Milim-sama. Diablo. We're going to. Testa. I'm pumped. Ultima. No way, we're missing this. Carrera. My four strongest subordinates, the four of the black numbers, all chimed in. Guess I'm not going alone after all. Sean's gone, so these four will act as my new bodyguards, and honestly they might be the better fit here. There is the chance this is all a ploy to draw me out. But if I stay put and Milim destroys her country, we're toast anyway. We have to act. Also, that walking embarrassment Vega, he dared steal my spotlight. If Gobta can't finish him, I'll personally make sure he's erased. Carrera's smile was not pleasant. She's still holding a grudge from her interrupted battle with Kondo. I'll let her assist Gobta once she finishes mopping up the angel riffraff. But seriously, can Gobta really win? Even with Carrion, Ranga, and Gobta, Shell says victory is far from guaranteed. That monster Vega, he's evolving mid-battle, by absorbing corpses. If you don't put him down soon, he'll become a threat even I might struggle with. Right, it's decided. Carrera, you'll assist Gobta after you clear out the angels. Diablo, you're with me. Let's move out. Understood. The plan was finally set. Rimuru, I'm counting on you to stop Milim. You can bet on it. I reassured Ramirez with a smile. Stopping Milim won't be easy, but it's not impossible. I have to believe that. If I can cool her fury, even just a bit, she'll come to her senses, but I can't afford to hold back. I need to go all in. Benimaru, I'm leaving the rest to you. Rest assured, I've got this. With that, command was officially transferred to Benimaru. He knows what to do if Leon ends up asking for aid. If that time comes, then I'll deal with it. Don't worry. I nodded and handed him full authority. If he needs backup, the black numbers are on standby, ready to teleport wherever they're needed. And that's not even counting Tempest reserves. Benimaru, Soy, Zijun, Kumara, the four Dragon Kings, and Beretta. They can handle anything that comes our way. With everything settled, I left with Diablo and the others. Milim, wait for me. Don't destroy everything just yet. I'm coming, and I will bring you back. End of chapter 195.